Hello, I'm Marty Schiff, and welcome to TBC Today. Today we'll be talking with Greg Zegarelli, founder of Zegarelli Technology and Entrepreneurial Ventures Law Group. Mr. Zegarelli serves as general corporate counsel for businesses ranging from the startup stage to large, well-established enterprises. Today we're going to talk to Greg about starting a business. Greg, welcome to TBC Today. When someone's starting a business, there's a lot more to it than just having a good idea. What are some of the things that people should consider before they jump right into it?
The first thing they should consider is who they are as an entrepreneur, and if they're cut out to be an entrepreneur. So that's the first thing. Ideas are a dime a dozen. The reason why ideas are a dime a dozen is because you need the machinery underneath the idea to commercialize the idea. So when you have a good idea, and there's plenty of good ideas, and I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I've heard a lot of good ideas. But at the end of the day, what makes an idea happen is the ability to get that idea into a tangible form and to commercialize it and to sell it so that people want to buy it. The ship will sail where the captain points. So it's the entrepreneur or the team of entrepreneurs that makes that idea happen. If they don't have the fortitude, the courage, the forethinking, it just will not get commercialized, and it could be the greatest idea. And I've seen ideas succeed and I've seen ideas fail, and the number one reason they succeed or fail is the entrepreneur who is directing that idea and commercializing the idea.
So the phone rings. Someone's calling you and they want to start a business. Do you know right off the bat if it's something that has potential or to succeed or fail?
Let me give you an analogy. You go into a doctor's office and you say, my lungs hurt. Doctor says, do you smoke cigarettes? Why, yes, I do, doctor. Do you smoke marijuana? Why, yes, I do, doctor. Do you drink alcohol? Why, yes, I do, doctor. Are you overweight? 150 pounds. We're going to find some meds for you to take care of that lung. But the doctor's thinking, this person will never be able to handle the deep curative things that a person has to do for long-term cure. Same way, somebody calls me on the phone. I want to start a business. Now I can set up the corporation, I can tell them how to, protect their technology, but at the end of the day, I've been doing this for over 20 years. When they tell me their story, I can assess, and I think I've become pretty good at it, whether or not they have what it takes to make it happen.
Well, Greg, can you give me an example of that?
Sure. Widely known example on the internet. People start grocery delivery businesses. Senior citizens, maybe you go on a website, you pick your groceries, and then the entrepreneurial service will go to the grocery store, buy them, bring them back to you. So let's say somebody calls me on the phone. So first question, is there a refrigerated truck to bring those? You're going to buy a refrigerated truck, right? Well, no. I put groceries in my trunk every week, and I bring them home, and I've been doing it for years, and I'm okay. I said, well, if I want to jump off a 20-foot wall to see how I land, that's one thing. But if I want to push you off a 20-foot wall to see how you land, it's a different thing. So the point is when you render the service for another, you have a different legal duty and responsibility. So if I say, you're going to buy a truck, they say, well, no. Then they say, well, you don't think I'm going to get sued, do you? Well, you might get sued, but you might get sued with or without the business. Well, but if I get sued for something, will I win? I can't answer that question. It plays out, it depends on the facts. So I say, look, we'll write a contract, and we'll try to protect you and set it up the way you want. But immediately, if the person demonstrates they might not have thought through some of the issues, if they're risk adverse, that tells me something that at the end of the day, if you're an entrepreneur and you are risk adverse, if you don't enjoy the challenge and a little bit of that danger, but just a little bit of that danger, and that's what keeps you going and really you enjoy, I will tend to listen to that and think, you're not going to make it. Now, let's take an example of somebody I might think is going to do pretty well. Call up. You're going to buy a refrigeration truck. No. We're going to use coolers, And I'll just play the probabilities that the probability of something happening where somebody gets sick on something, it going bad from the time, that's what I have you for. If you don't do enough, if you do enough business, you're going to get sued sooner or later. So let's move forward. I'll have my staff, or I'll look at the contract, or I'll send you over ideas. What makes what impresses me about that person is that person has, to some extent, thought through the risks and the rollout, and at the same time is saying, I've got you on the team to handle me where we can, and I'm just going to move. I'm going to move forward prudently, thoughtfully, but I'm moving forward. I'm not going to sit here and think, oh my gosh, anything I do, I'm going to get sued for. So at the end of the day, I think the successful entrepreneur is one that thinks ahead, and it's at the same time, unless they calculate or assess it as catastrophic, will move forward. Another one, not to be oversimplistic about it, is if someone is what I would call hate to use the phrase, but a whiner. Okay? That's the best phrase I can use. A whiner. Somebody that whines. Oh, it's raining out today. Oh, yeah. That is not representative of my clients. My clients, you talk about the economy, they say you work twice as hard, make half as much. You can't control the weather, you can't control the economy. They move through it. It rains, okay, it's a good time to read a book. I mean, it's just, the best phrase, it is what it is. I mean, that's an entrepreneurial phrase. It is what it is. It's a fact, I accept it, I will deal with it. No whining, no judgment, no emotional woe is me. And so putting those things together, when your question about can I tell, usually I can. And then we go, and in fact, many times when I start asking questions, and it naturally tends to be, I tend to probe more to somebody that hasn't thought through things, because now we're into a conversation. Are you going to get sued? Often they say, I gotta think about it. I better think about it, and that's a good thing, because not everybody's cut out for the task.
You've been watching another TBC Business Profile.